This is the Nambo branch line, and honestly, I could title this video as Everything Wrong with the Nambo branch line. But after going to Nambo myself, I've decided against doing that because apart from the line's low frequency, there isn't really much wrong with it. If anything, this line has a great potential to solve Greater Jakarta's traffic and transit problems in the future. This line goes from Jakarta Kota to Nambo, stopping at all stations that the Bogor line serves until Citayam, where this line splits and heads towards Nambo, stopping by in Pondok Rajek, Cibinong, passing by the Quite Dead Gunung Putri station before arriving in Nambo. End to end, the line is 51 kilometers long and takes 87 minutes, which works out to an average speed of 35 kilometers per hour, which is on par with highway driving. However, the actual branch section of the line is 13.3 kilometers. It takes 23 minutes to travel end to end in the branch section, which works out to an average speed of also 35 kilometers per hour. Though keep in mind, the Nambo branch line has a lower top speed of just 70 kilometers per hour, compared to the rest of the line that sees 80 kilometers per hour max speeds, and it is mostly single track. There's 16 departures a day, which means trains come around every 1 hour. Sometimes a bit less, sometimes a bit more. Starting in Citayam, this station has an Art Deco design and has 2 platforms. Trains to Bogor and Nambo share the same platform. The station has exits on both the west and east side, and there's a tunnel connecting the 2 platforms. Outside, there are multiple angkot lines. Besides that, this station is mainly surrounded by houses and not much else. Moving to Pondok Rajek, which was recently reactivated back in October of 2024, making it the newest commuter line station, this station has 1 platform, 1 track, and a nice view of the valley below. For connecting transit, you have angkots. Next, we have Cibinong. The station seems to be located on a hill and somewhat deep inside a residential area. It has 1 platform but 2 tracks. For connecting transit, you have angkots that go to some more interesting places, like Cibinong City Mall and the Cibinong Botanical Gardens. From here, you pass on top of the Jagorawi Highway, pass by the Dead Gunung Putri station, and then you're greeted by the sight of cement factories, mountains being demolished, and parked freight trains, before arriving in Nambo, which is actually a pretty big station, but most of it is dedicated for freight traffic. So, welcome to rock bottom. Passengers get 1 platform. Here the train waits about 15 minutes, giving unemployed people like me enough time to explore the station and hop back in the train, saving myself from a 1 hour plus wait. Though honestly, ever since the P11 started operations, I question whether Nambo can still be called rock bottom. The P11 runs every 15 to 20 minutes and is located 7 kilometers from Nambo station, which is a 20-minute motorcycle ride. Unlike the rest of the Bogor line, which is very old, like Dutch colonial old, the Nambo branch line is actually relatively new. The line started construction either in 1992 or 1993 and was finished in 1996. It was built to serve cement factories in the area and is meant to be part of the greater Parung Panjang, Citayam, Jonggol, Cikarang, Tanjung Priok line, basically forming a massive loop around Greater Jakarta, so freight trains don't have to go through the crowded inner city tracks. Unfortunately, those plans were cancelled when the economy went down the toilet in 1997. They tried running a service between Nambo and Tanah Abang, but that service died in 2006 and this line basically sat abandoned until 2013, when freight service resumed, and 2015, when the newly reformed KRL Commuterline brought back passenger service. When you open the transit mode in Google Maps, you can see that Jakarta's rapid transit network is incredibly radial. This is great for suburb to city trips, but terrible for suburb to suburb trips. For me to get to Nambo from Tisau, the station closest to my house, I must make a massive detour to central Jakarta, transferring in Tanah Abang and Manggarai. Doing this feels stupid, because it is. Now, when you open traffic view in Google Maps, you notice that some of the most severely congested roads and highways are the ones facilitating suburb to suburb trips. TBC Matupang, the first outer ring road, and Jalan Raya Sawangan comes to mind. This outer loop, combined with MRT Phase 4, is one way of reducing traffic congestion in Greater Jakarta, and both lines have been proposed as seen in a JITP 3 map. Now, if you were to ask me on whether an outer loop line or MRT Phase 4 is more urgent, I would say MRT Phase 4, but I think both are urgent, and well, I would hate to be that guy who bought a house in Jonggol expecting easy train access only for the whole plan to fall apart.